Right, so I wanted to go over something. Um, so for many years, let me just see, make sure my live stream's working. Right, okay, it is. Since I was a child, and it's not just me; it happens with a lot of people. We see these. I was 12 years old. It was 1972. And there's a lot of short-sightedness in. Let me just adjust my volume because I've noticed it's been distorted for some reason. Let me just set my volume, my audio levels a bit. There's my microphone level. It's always at full. I don't know why. It's. I'm on Linux, so I need to set that right. So basically, when you get older, you start to remember things. You start to remember things from childhood that you can't remember the title, you can't remember, because the problem was that they often title these things in with obscure names, like this, for example, Escaping Tonight. Now, I never knew the title, or I couldn't remember the title, but let me just give you the backstory. In 1972, on children's TV, ATV, back in the days when I used to watch TV, because I stopped watching it for certain reasons, there was this children's program called Escaping Tonight, but I didn't know the title. Now, I didn't know it until recently because I was looking for it. Now, AI has probably got something to do with me being able to find it, because I couldn't remember the title, so I did a synopsis. I did a search term in the Google Translate, not Google Translate, in Google search box. I explained the situation of what I remembered about about what it was that I saw when I was a child. And there was this child drawing these things in a scrapbook, and when she fell asleep, she dreamed about the things that she'd drawn in the scrapbook, and she drew these strange. The thing I remembered about it was these strange, strange obelisks that she drew in the garden. For some reason, that stuck out in my mind, and it really kind of freaked me out when I was a child. I had nightmares about it, and let me just try to go back to an early episode or something, so I could show you without losing my place, because I'm actually going through it at the moment. Let me open this in a new tab. So this now, the story is that the original footage was in colour, but in 1972 all we had was a black and white TV, and so everything I saw when I was little was in black and white. I'll turn the sound off. And the child was drawing these things in a scrapbook, and let me go through this a bit. Let me find it. And this girl had hurt herself, right, and she was in bed, sick. She'd broken her leg, and she couldn't go anywhere because she was laid up in bed for 6 weeks with a broken leg, right? But when she went to sleep, she found herself in the house that she drew, and she met this little boy in the house, and she didn't know that this little boy was also sick. He couldn't walk. He was paralyzed or something, and he refused to walk. So she keeps meeting this little boy in this house, and she has arguments with him, and he has arguments with her, and they fall out a little bit, and she gets annoyed with him, and she starts to draw these nasty things in the garden. And as a result, and this is the teacher, and the teacher's trying to understand what's going on with her, and she has a doctor coming round to, that's her mother. She has a doctor that come around to see her somewhere around here somewhere. But she's drawing these pictures, and whatever she draws in this scrapbook, where is it? Where's the scrapbook? Whatever she draws in the scrapbook, she dreams about. And so this is the doctor coming to see the child in bed to make sure that she's all right, and talking to the mother. And so this is something that haunted me most of my life, because as I say, I was 12 years old, and I'm in my mid-60s now, and I always wanted to see this again. And I found it on Amazon. You can actually go and buy this on Amazon. And so I am planning on buying the DVDs from Amazon, because the quality of the this on YouTube is very poor. It's very hard to see for me anyway. It's very dark. A lot of it's dark, and you can't see it, because when she's in the dream state, like here, as you can see, it's very dark. So
I've met before, but you never got around to telling me your name.
So this is what it's like. It's very dark, very mysterious, very haunting, very spooky and creepy. And this is the kind of thing that bothers a lot of us young children when we grow up, when we become adults. It leaves an indelible mark. She was angry with the child, the other child, the boy. She was so angry with him, she scribbled all over the windows and put bars on. That's what these lines are, all these bars on the windows. And as a child, it kind of affected me when I was little, because I was thinking, oh my God, this is horrible. And it was a very cold, dark, nightmarish situation. And as the story progresses, she gets to know who the boy is, and he's also crippled in bed. And there's something in the garden, because she drew these stones.
I've made scribbles. What's the matter now?
Oh, nothing. I just thought I heard a noise, like people talking in whispers.
Yes, I've heard it too. It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
So there's these things down at the bottom of the garden, that's scaring the boy and scaring the girl. And when I was little and I watched this, it really scared me too. And there's these stones that she drew, and she drew a lot of stuff randomly, unplanningly, without thinking. And it turned out it became a nightmare for her. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is because, as I say, I found it. I actually found it after all these years. And Google managed to find it, or AI or something managed to find the title, and I was able to find it on Amazon. So if I go to let's go to, what is it? What's the title? If we go to Amazon, let's see. There's two versions apparently. There's the artificially colorized version, which is the original version had been shredded. Apparently, the videotape that was originally made on had been destroyed. You can actually buy it for 30 quid, $29.99 on DVD. It's open tonight, and but it's in black and white. But there is another version that's been colorized, which is the one I'm looking on YouTube at the moment. It's been generally colorized, but it's not the genuine colors. It's fake. It's been fake colorized. AI's probably done it. I don't know, but I just wanted to share that with you because there's not just, it's not, I'm not the only one. If you're in your mid-60s, you'll remember this. You might, if you're in the UK and you watched it on ATV, you might remember this too, and you might also be looking for this because it's a 6-part series, and it was released in 2000. The DVD was actually only released in 2012 because I think a lot of people were asking about it. And so yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. Let's see, I'm just looking at Stargate as well. So just so you know what I'm on about. I just thought, right. So if we go on, let's see. Where was she drawing this? It was, I think it was around here somewhere. When she was, where was it? I'll turn the sound off because of copyright and stuff. But I just wanted to do a synopsis on it. So I'm basically dialoguing something that happened. The affected me deeply when I was a child, but this is the sort of thing that haunts people, children, and they don't realise how the writers often, I don't know if they realise how it would affect children, but it often causes a lot of problems for us. But as we get older and we watch these things again, it kind of helps to heal those wounds that we've had deep-seated in our psyche. Because when you look at this again, you realise it's really all about nothing. Or is this an out-of-body experience? And there's new evidence to show now that dreams are real. When you actually dream, you're actually having an out-of-body experience where you're actually connecting with other souls who are also sharing something similar to you. And most of us don't remember our dreams. Most of us don't remember anything. We wake up and we think, I had a weird dream last night, but I can't remember it all. I only remember bits of it. And you think, well, wouldn't it be nice if we could remember all of it? And maybe there are people out there who do remember all of their dreams, and that's the reason why this particular series that was made for television for children, maybe this is why this was made, because somebody else had had that experience personally and they decided to make a story about it. So if I get out of this a minute and go back to let's see, because I'm in a later episode, but there's six episodes, and I don't want to spoil it. So obviously, if you haven't seen it, and if you've seen it when you were little, and you want to watch this again, now you know the title, you can go and watch it. I'll put a link to this to my live stream. So just a minute, where am I? So you can go and check it out. So the actual so this is the title, Escaping Tonight, and you can watch what I'm looking at on YouTube. Okay, anyway, I thought you might enjoy that, because there's so many other kids shows from the 1970s that we don't remember the titles, but maybe if you could do a synopsis or do a Google search and use the power of AI, maybe it will help you find that missing link that affected you as a child, or maybe you had the same problem with this particular show. Maybe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it watching, and take care of yourself, and see you again.